Hello everybody. In today's video we are going to speak about how to keep love alive in your marriage. It is a reality that in today's day we find many couples, many marriages in which the fire, the flame of love with the passing of time extinguishes, disappears. That magic that was at the beginning, that light in the eyes after marriage, in some or in the majority perhaps of marriages, it simply disappears. It becomes just normal, like a normal life, like there's no passion, no, I don't know what happens in some marriages in which love perhaps is not even in the equation to start or to begin with. Which is, I don't know, I cannot understand that. How some people push love aside and don't take it into consideration. Also, then how can you kindle again that flame of love in your marriage? That intimacy between your wife, between wife and husband. So, I'm going to give some advices that psychologists, therapy have shown effective in helping others, and I'm sure that will help you to strengthen your marriage, to deepen the bond between your husband, between you and your wife, and the importance of always trying to keep love alive. Never give up. We have to, and I like always to emphasize the importance of communication, the importance of dialogue, because when there are frictions in marriage, when there are arguments, when there are differences, then that's because there is a disconnection in marriage. Either because love ends, either because attraction ends, either because any disagreement is because there's a disconnection. There is not perhaps enough dialogue. There's not enough communication. You have to try to always understand your wife, understand your husband, listen to your wife. What are the things that she thinks are important in the marriage, in the relationship, to keep it alive? Don't think that, yeah, I'm not gonna listen to her or her opinions. I am the guy who has the big voice, the one whose opinions are more important. No, her opinions, her thoughts, her emotions are important. If you love her, then you have to take this into consideration. You have to make the effort even if it's difficult for you. But always you have to strive to cultivate dialogue in a continuous way. There are couples that the guy comes home, doesn't even say hello to his wife, or she comes home, no hello to her husband. They don't look at each other. The food is ready. Just go and eat. And they, no talk, no communication. It's like strangers. No, in a daily basis there must be a fluid communication. Not only when they are at home together, but even if she's away, even if she's working, send her a text message. Send him a text message. Call her. Even if you have nothing to say, you have always something important to say to your wife. And that's to tell her that you love her. Even just call. Yes, I just call you to tell you that I love you. I just call you to tell you that I care for you. I just call you to tell you that even if you are away from me, I am thinking about you. That I worry about you. That your feelings, that your emotion, that whatever is happening, whatever is you are going through, I am thinking about you. I am worrying about you. I am praying for you. And vice versa, she can do the same for her husband. Because it's a show that you care about her, that she's important to you. These small details could help to keep the flame of love alive. And it's important to keep doing it. Never give up. After all, you chose her. She chose you as their lifetime partners. Therefore, it's very important to cultivate this dialogue communication in many different ways. Not only physically speaking, talking, text messages, phone calls. So it's very important. Also, I think it's very significant to spend time together. And when I say spending time together, it's spending quality time together. Go out to the movies. Go out to a nice restaurant. Go out and enjoy a sunset. Go out and enjoy walking by the shore at the beach. Go out on a trip. That trip that you always dreaming to go. That you always want to go to Europe together. That you want to go to many places together. And you are holding that trip. Okay, just do it. If you have the ability, you can do it. And even if you cannot travel, if you don't have the means, if you don't have the money, you can always do romantic things for your wife. You can always do a romantic dinner. If you don't have the money to take her to expensive restaurant, you can always do a romantic dinner at home. Prepare. Yeah. Imagine that she comes home and the food is ready, everything is ready. You are well dressed, perfume, and very well shave or the beard well done, trim, and good hairstyle. You put effort to make yourself attractive to your wife, and I'm sure that she will appreciate this. In a similar way, she can do the same for her husband. She can dress nice, clean, perfume. She can make herself attractive to please her husband, and he can do the same for her. Therefore, the importance of the personal aspect, hygiene, cleanness. This is very important because you are showing her, yes, I am dressing in this way to impress you because I only want to impress you. I am putting effort to take care of myself, not only because I like myself, but because also I want to impress you. Because you are the woman that I want to impress. You are the woman that I like, that I love. You and no one else. And she must do the same for her husband. She has to take care of herself. Only for her husband. There are women who take care of themselves just to go out on the street. To please who? You are not married to the people outside. You are married to the guy at home. That's the one that you must impress every day. She is the woman that you must impress every day. I think this is significant and very important. Also, you have, in the case of a man, you must always behave like a gentleman. You have to be a gentleman. It must come from your heart that you show her that you love her, that she is very important, that she means a lot to you, that she means the world, that she's your life, that you value her, that she must feel that love coming from you, that whatever that you do is because you want to make her feel special, important. She's not anyone else. She's not any woman. She's the woman of your life. She's the one that you love. He is not any guy. He is the one that you chose. So, we're talking about two very special people. And this is, in the case of a man, in the case of a woman, is very important. You have to behave like a gentleman. You have to behave like a lady to your husband. So, in the case of a man also, you have to have details. Details are always important. Details show that you are putting attention, that she is the center of your life, that you notice every little thing that happens in her life, that you remember every little detail concerned with her emotions, her actions, her words. You remember even her words. If she's important to you, you remember even her words. And by details also I mean little things, because little things, don't think that small things are not important. No, small things put together create big things, create love. And if you really love someone, I think it would even come like naturally to look at the small things. Give her a flower, give her a poem. I think it's something beautiful if a man writes a poem for the woman that he loves, I think it's something great and deep spiritual, because it comes from your heart. It comes from your soul, from your emotions. That you are expressing what you feel for that person. Don't tell me, no, I'm not a poet. Even if you're not a poet, you can always take a piece of paper and a pen and write down what you feel for your wife, why you fell in love with her, the things that you admire in her, and give it to her. I'm sure that if she loves you, she will appreciate that you did that for her. And if you are a poet, much more than to just overflow with love and write a lot about her, because she must be the number one in your mind, in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your prayers. There's no one else. Therefore, it's something that comes naturally from the heart. These things will keep love alive in any relationship. Also, like I said, in the case if you're already married for a certain time, never waste or lose an opportunity, as I said, to express love, to do actions, to hold her hand. I am sure that before you got married, you were dreaming just to hold her hand. I am sure. And now that she is your wife, you don't hold her hand, you don't kiss her hands, you don't kiss her forehead. No, it cannot be. You have to always try. You have to put the effort. You have to kindle the flame of love again. It is very important also, words of affirmation, or I would like to say, words of confirmation that she is the woman that you love, that he is the guy, the man that you love. And you have to express yourself, never hold your feelings. We have this thing in society in which the man always remains quiet, never says anything, doesn't express anything to his wife. He's kind of tough. And she could be the same. She kind of hold herself and don't express what she feels. I think, in my opinion, this is wrong. Because either if you are getting to know someone, or if you are married, how could love appear if you don't express it? It's like strangers. No, you have to speak, you have to say, you have to just let out what's in your heart. If she's your wife, already much more. If she's your wife, you have to tell her things that will make her feel connected to you, make her feel loved. Tell her that you love her, that she's the love of your life, that she is your eyes, that she is the reason for which you wake up each day full of passion, of emotion, of desire to live, to transform your life, to create a home together. Tell her that the biggest happiness was the day in which you met her, the day in which you saw her for the first time, the day in which you got married, that you thank God because you had the opportunity to meet her or to meet him. You have to express how much she means to you, how much she means in your life, so she can feel that there is love. And he must feel also that there is love. It's not only the guy giving. You give and take. She gives and take. Is from both sides. A man also likes to feel loved. A man also, I am sure that he will love to hear his wife telling him, I love you. I am in love with you. I admire you. I fell in love with you because of this and that. Because you are spiritual, or because you love God, or because you are passionate, or because you have dreams, and vice versa. A man also likes that his wife hugs him or kisses him, and vice versa again. A man must be able to hug his wife, must be able to kiss his wife. Don't think the power of a hug is important. These are things that must be cultivated in a daily basis. You cannot pass a day in which you haven't hugged your wife, in which you haven't kissed her, or tell her that you love her? It cannot be. These small details could help to keep the love always up, the flame of love always alive. Also, in the case, of course, of marriage, is very important the sexual aspect, sexual relationships. Intimacy is also important in a marriage in order to keep love alive. It's not like perhaps in some traditions or philosophies of religion they see this as something bad or something taboo. No, this is something natural that God has created, and sexual needs are important in a relationship, in a marriage, and it's an aspect of reproduction, of continuation of human life. Therefore, it's important to take care or to be conscious of the needs of the husband, the wife. The intimacy of in a marriage is also strengthened in sexual relations, of course. Another aspect to have in mind is respect. Respect in marriage. You have to treat your wife with kindness. Never say to her words that could hurt her feelings. Never say to him things that could also hurt him. It's true that in general we think, oh, the guy is the one who perhaps gets angry, and he has a bad humor, he gets upset easy, and he could say words that he might later regret, and say things to his wife, and offend her, and be abusive, verbally abusive, physically or psychologically. Usually we think the guy is like this, but there are women also who have this kind of problem, who say hurting words to the husband, who perhaps have a bad temper, who get upset easy, who say or do things that later might regret. So it depends on the character of the person. So if you have this problem, you have to always, of course, work on yourself, have to improve yourself, but always try to be respectful with your wife, with your husband. You have to always trust each other. If you, at the beginning, of course, when you get to know someone, or at the beginning of marriage, these are things that must be developed. But you have to give him, like the saying goes, give him I forgot the expression, but it's that give him the matter of doubt or something like that. Give him the opportunity. Okay, you are trusting him. Okay, give him the chance, or give yourself the chance to trust him. Give yourself the chance to trust her. At the beginning you don't know him, or you don't know her, or the beginning of marriage, but you have to allow him or allow yourself to trust him. If you don't give him the opportunity, how then it's going to work? If you don't give her the opportunity, how is it going to work? You have to try. Even if you don't trust at the beginning, you have to try. And when you see him, oh, this guy is a trustful person, this woman, she's a trustworthy woman, then you see. But at the beginning you have to take the blind step. At the beginning of marriage, or at the beginning of getting to know anyone, it's important. This is how things grow and develop. So it's significant always to respect your wife, respect your husband. Something that I always like to emphasize is the spiritual aspect, the religious aspect. You have to strengthen each other spiritually. It's very important if you pray for each other. If you pray for the woman that you love, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about what you really feel for her. If she prays for you, that also says a lot about what she feels for you. And I think these are beautiful things that must be cultivated. It's the spiritual aspect. I don't know your religion, but whatever religion that you practice, it's very important to cultivate that in your marriage. In the case of Islam, it's very important, the wife and the husband, to study the Quran together, to strengthen each other together, their bonds, to, like I said, pray for each other, make dua for each other, because that means that she is your constant attention, that she is in your mind, that she The she means a lot for you, to you, and the he means a lot to you. And I think it's important to get this closeness to God, not only at a personal level, but together in a marriage as a couple. It's always the husband, the wife, and God that unites them both. And if they study their religion together, if they get to know their religions together, if they strengthen their spiritual side together, I think it's something that will unite them forever. Because that's also the things that they believe, and they are connecting it with each other. It's like perfect union. I think this aspect is fundamental, and I like it so much to emphasize it. Spirituality together, cultivating this spiritual side together, pray for each other, is very important. And I am sure that all of these advices that I've given you today, if you put them into practice, I am sure that will keep the flame of love alive. I am sure that will bring peace to your family, to your home. I am sure that it will bring happiness, peace, happiness, love, spirituality, union. Your marriage will be unbreakable. You will be able to face difficulties together. Never to distance from each other. Never to take a break from each other. No. On the contrary, when there are differences, is the moment in which you have to stay together. It is the moment in which you have to communicate more, to understand each other more, to see what are her needs, his needs, and try to understand each other more. This is the moment in which to get closer, never to be apart. Do not let the difficulties, struggles, doubts, or things like that distantiate you from her or her from you. No, always try to stay closer. This is my advice, because things it's impossible. You cannot stay away like this. Things, when there are difficulties, it's the time to get closer, never to get away from each other. It's the time when you all create and put into effect, into practice all of these advices. Is the time in which you will face adversities in a much better position, because you are working together for the same goal, for the same marriage, for keeping a family together, for the afterlife, for creating unity in marriage. And I think this is fundamental. Always start by one by one, small detail, small thing, and you will see that with time you will be able to put all of this into effect without even thinking. Naturally, it will come into, everything will fall in place. These are my advices to you. I hope that they are beneficial. If you have any comments, you're welcome to leave them, and God willing, we are going to see each other in the next video with more on these topics about psychology, philosophy, advice, religion, and much more. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.